And we welcome you on Sunday, then on Wednesday. Now the starting group for the visitors.
Here we go.
Magician is out there with the bulldozer. And there's Doc, and it's Clutch, and it's Blackwell, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Wildcats, Thunder is out there with Rain Man, and there's Doc, and it's Mr. Clutch, and it's Moore in at the 2. Here's the bulldozer. Looking at league trends, do you miss the physicality of years past, which was so much a part of the time that you played?
I do, Kev. I do miss the physical game. I miss the bumping, the grinding outside in there in the paint. But I also love the new game and the spacing. You know, you can appreciate the game so much more. It's like going to a ballet and being able to see the movement of the players, what they're doing out here. And so I love the fact it's not hampered by guys getting thrown to the floor and grabbed. Do like the physical play, though. I just want to find a happy medium.
Here's Waters. Here's Doc. Finished off the break.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yeah, you can tell they love to get out and run when the opportunity is there.
Pass to Blackwell. A steal. Here's Rain Man. Off target at the rim. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That is his first foul of the game. The kid, he's checked in for Mr. Clutch. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. The kid passes to Moore, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
Here is Doc. Passes it to the kid. Here is Doc. Moore outside. 6 to shoot. Fires from the wing. No good that time.
The rotation in the D could be better here. It'll cost them next time if it's not.
To the paint. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Oh, look, when the D will give it to you, that's where you want your shots coming from. Arm's length from the bucket.
To the left side wing. Here is Samuels. The pass to Doc. Can't hit that one.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's the bulldozer. Pass to Blackwell. Here's the kid. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. First free throw is good. So for the Wildcats, Deuce comes in for Thunder. And Speedy subbed in for Doc. And he makes both free throws. And here's Anderson. Passes it to Big Dog. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. They get a hand on it. Lays it up off the glass. Here's Moore. 11 points for him in that last game again. The pass to the kid. Big Dog, the pass to Harris. Anderson outside. Shot clock at 5. They get it again. And it's blocked. Moore with it inside. Rain Man. And he goes in for the dunk.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
And it's Speedy with the foul. That's his first foul. Jay's checked in for Doc. Anderson against Moore. Anderson outside. Pass to Big Dog. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Anderson. Over Moore. Anderson can't get it to go. Moore inside. Working on Anderson. Moore with the bucket. Moore's got his second bucket tonight. Here's Boone. Sinks the triple. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Wildcats up by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And looking at what we've seen from the Wildcats so far, what do you guys think?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, it's a gambling style that pays off, GA, keeping things in disarray for that offense.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. They've got Black Hole. Big Dog is out there with Jay. Then there's Harris. And it's Anderson in at the point. Here's the kid. Moore outside. Pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's the kid. Count it. The kid's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for the Wildcats.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Blackhole passes to Harris. Shot clock at 6. The 3. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Oh, they get burned this time. That's a shot they're willing to give up, though.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. There's the pass to Rainman. Now Moore. Mr. Clutch. From deep three-point range, it's hauled in by Harris. Here's Anderson, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Anderson's got his first 2 points of the night. Hey, Chris, with Dirk retiring, who now has the best fadeaway, you think, in the game from the post position?
It's a man that stole his move. Now, he didn't need to steal it. He just added on to his game. He's a great person. He's not a thief, but he uses that one-leg kick fadeaway, and he's the same height as Dirk. Well, that's Kevin Durant, the best fadeaway in the game, period.
Towns is developing a nice one, too.
Oh, you know what? I love Towns' games inside, and what makes Towns so good is that he can fade away over the right shoulder. And you know why that makes it so tough? Because he can come over the left shoulder with a jump hook. Most guys with the best fadeaways, they have a counter that already gets you hung in on that counter, and then when you're thinking about that original move, bam, they hit you with the fadeaway.
Doc, he's checked in for the kid. Here's Doc, 11 feet out, and he hits it. And the Wildcats lead by 2. Gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Passes to the Bulldozer. 5 5 on the clock. Here is Doc. Good on the bucket. Doc's got his second bucket of the night. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Here's Magician. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Getting 43% for the game. Here's Mr. Clutch. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. 11 feet away. And he overshot that one, missing.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
The pass to the Bulldozer. Here's Waters. 6 to shoot. Pass to Magician. Fires from deep. And the three ball is good.
It's big for them when he's hitting the three. I mean, he makes the D work a lot harder.
Here are the Wildcats. It's a three-point game. And the Wildcats call time here.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
We've got 1:13 left to play here in the second quarter. Passes it to Mr. Clutch. Poked away. Here's Magician. And the pass to Black Hole. Here's the Bulldozer. Clock at 6. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And they're pushing it up. Near the three-point line. It's Moore. Fires the temple from the corner and nails it. Moore's got 6 points. To the left wing. Here's Black Hole. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The first one at the line is good, so both teams making some changes here. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Wildcats have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. It's rebounded by Waters.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
Fires from 18. And yes, it's good. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. The away team leading by 4. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Checking out the visiting team. Kenny, what's your take? You can see where the priorities
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Here's Magician. They've got prime time. Main man is out there with Thunder. And there's Doc. And it's Mr. Clutch in at the point. Black Hole passes to Waters. Tipped away. Doc is out there with Clutch. And there's the Bulldozer. And it's Black Hole. And it's Magician in at the point guard. Moore passes to Mr. Clutch. Here is Doc. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Rain Man. And that one hits back iron.
That's a break for the D right there. I mean, he takes advantage of open looks inside more often than not.
And for the Wildcats, they've got Thunder. Prime time is out there with Mr. Clutch. And there's Doc. And it's Rain Man in at center. Here's Mr. Clutch. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And a miss there on the triple. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far. But, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address, but I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Well, like the Clippers of a year ago, they looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr.
Right.
Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out and recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
Moore passes to Rain. First trip to the line for him here. First one falls for him. Anderson, he's checked in for the Magician. That one is no good. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. The Bulldozer passes to Waters. Kicks to Anderson. Here's the Bulldozer. Clock at 4. The shot will not fall.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Now here's Anderson. Pass the Black Hole. Pass to Doc. Here's Waters. Misses the three.
It might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. Just need to calm down, play their game.
Now here's Anderson. Pass to Waters. Here's the Bulldozer. Trying his luck from deep. Buries it from three-point range. The Bulldozer's got his second basket of the night. And the Wildcats call time here. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
The kid, he's checked in for more. Now the pass to Mr. Clutch. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
It's his first trip to the line. The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
To the wing right side. Here's Boone. No good that time. And the Wildcats the other way now. Knock the pass to Mr. Clutch. Here's Rain Man. Pass to Mr. Clutch. That 3 off the mark.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they could do is try to get him more easy looks.
Free throw missing. He hits the second from the line. The Wildcats have gone 0 of 4 from the field in the second half, yet to find the mark. Here's the kid. No good with the layup. 56 seconds left here in the third quarter. Deep 2 from Anderson. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's the kid. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's not who they want guarding him. I mean, the size mismatch is just too big. All he has to do is just keep attacking the rim.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe. Magicians checked in for Doc. So it's the visitors now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Magician passes to Boone. Buries the easy one. Jay's got a gut 5 now. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Passes it to Raymond. The 10-footer. Here's Samuels. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Samuels got his first basket.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Yeah, that's what's frustrating because you did the job defensively to get the stop, and then you gave it right back. I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the fourth.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
switch the call. There is no doubt, looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replays.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. The away team, they're up by 5. We'll get right back to the action when we return. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, I like that he didn't make his decision too early. You know, he let the play develop. That's how you do it. Finds the weakness in that defense.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Big Dog, Jay out there with Black Hole, then it's Magician, and it's Anderson in at the 2 spot. Wildcats making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, guys, well, during the break, I was able to catch the message the visiting team coach gave to his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Shot clock at 6. Here's the bulldozer. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. There's Mr. Clutch. To take the lead. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Being at 50% in a decent groove. Big Dog, the pass to Boone. Ball's knocked loose. Magician. Not going to go that time. And the Wildcats the other way now.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Here's the kid. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. And here's the break. On up the court. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
So impressive. The fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Yeah, true, but we'll see if they can keep forging ahead. For now, you got to give them credit for coming back.
The pass to Big Dog. 6 to shoot. Here's Magician, and it's blocked. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Now Moore to take the lead. No good. Shot missing. Here's the bulldozer. It's good from long range.
Fantastic bomb there, just especially against the taller defender.
The Wildcats have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And the Wildcats call time here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Magician.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane.
Puts up a 3. It doesn't go for him. Mr. Clutch the pass to Raymond.
And you can't hit a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They thought they could counter him to make some shots.
Here's the bulldozer. Got a hand on it. They get it back. shoot. Here's Doc. Can't cash in from close range. You can probably expect to see him slow it down now.
Yeah, I think you want to milk your possessions.
Moore passes to Raymond. Here's Mr. Clutch. It counts.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But, GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
What's your take, guys?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and quick. No room for error, no time to waste.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth, and they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and so they foul intentionally. Good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Guys, your thoughts?
Trying to stay alive, they've got to work quickly.
Yeah, time is of the essence. Basket and a foul has got to be the game plan.
They need a quick bucket here.
This is big.
Huge. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here. So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
And you know what? He had to clear some space for himself to get that rebound. Not an easy one there among the big boys.
So we see the Wildcats get the win here. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.